Alright, Norm. This one's for you. You seem to be thinking that I'm always posing. Now I'm actually working. Today it's 86 degrees in the beautiful South Carolina, and we're gonna plant our tomatoes. This is our prep bed. I just finished planting my 3.4s from last year. They're off the harp tomato. I forgot there for a second. Planted them, they're ready to go. They only need a slight watering in a bit. Right now we're going to plant Tina's tomatoes. Tina grew a 2.86 last year, and it was grown off one of Sam's plant, Sambo, Mr. Loveless. We finished our trench. We don't do a hole, we actually do a trench. And yeah, I got my tomatoes, I got some nutrients here. We're going to start by adding some extra nutrients in the plant trench. I've got some kelp meal, which I'm going to spread. We don't have to go crazy. It'll provide some extra growth hormones, auxins and gibberellins. There you go. We've got a little bit of blood meal for that slow release nitrogen. Always does the trick. Then we've got a little bit of gypsum. Now some folks, they like to put lime in their planting holes, but the pH here, this particular plot was really good, so no need for additional lime. The extra calcium will hopefully help prevent blossom end rot. Then we got some Jope fertilizer, courtesy of Lowe's. Provide some extra NPKs, some microbial life, got some bacteria, and even a tiny bit of mycorrhiza. We put some of this also in the potting mix. Then, last but not least, a little bit of Epsom salt. You don't want to go crazy on this because it's a salt, but magnesium is a necessary nutrient. And then I have to ask Tina. Tina, would you like me to lay your tomatoes down?
Please.
Yes, she would. So now comes the delicate part. I have to get them out of their pots. I'll come closer to the camera. Beautiful developed root system. Not even close to being root bound, but nice, white, healthy roots. We're going to have to keep the spacing in mind. So, in this particular technique, I didn't use it on my plants. Tina likes to do this. We actually pluck off the bottom leaf. And then before I start mounding the soil, we'll get some extra nutrients on the soil that I've mounded here to make sure that it's nicely spread like this. Easy. And we'll go through the whole cycle again. A little bit of gypsum, a little bit of blood meal, and a little bit of the Jope stuff. It seems that we pumpkin growers cannot live without mycorrhiza anymore, so it's a naturally occurring fungi that seems to benefit all of our plants tremendously. Alright, so the plant is laying down sideways, and what this will do, as I mix up the soil a little bit, is the stem that is exposed to the soil now is gonna shoot roots. And in addition to what's in the potting soil and roots, this little part here will shoot roots too. So what we'll do is to support it, put some soil under it, soil that has the extra nutrients and was already loaded with good stuff before, because we started prepping the soil in the fall using a lot of organic matter, compost, leaves, horse manure, all kinds of goodies. Now secure the plant, push it down a little bit without trying to hurt the roots, and cover the existing root ball, the existing pot. Now we're going to put a little mount next to the plant to keep it up straight. It's okay if it's lying down a little bit. The plant will naturally grow towards the sun and it will get supported later on. So as it is leaning slightly now away from the root ball, later on it will grow straight up towards wherever the sunlight's coming from. And this is the way Tina likes to grow her tomato plants. Plant behind me, my 340s, I've planted them straight in the soil. I believe in the soil, so I think that the roots will find a way without them lying down. But to each their own. And although we grow together, we got our own particular styles as far as growing goes. Alright, we'll get the bottom leaf off again. Take it out. Now, as we put more plants in here, beautiful root system again. We lay it down. Keep the spacing in mind. A little shovel. Mix up the soil a little bit. Cover up the root. And the more you do this, the faster you can go. Now, last year is the first year we grew giant tomatoes. Biggest ended up being a 3-pounder. Hopefully this year we can add another pound to that. 4-pound tomato would be a nice goal. Would be a realistic goal. The only problem for us is as soon as the real hot weather starts, plants will lose their blooms, and it's going to be really hard to set a fruit in the summer sun here. Average temperature here is anywhere from 95 to 100 for about 5 months. We're already in the 80s now, so I'm expecting a really hot summer. There we go again, supporting the plant. It's going to be leaning a little bit, but that's okay. As we support these plants later on, they'll become stronger and stronger. We like to work with separate sticks, either a piece of rebarb or a big piece of bamboo. Some people prefer cages. We go this route. There we go, last one. Some little thieves on here, little shoots and the leaf nodes. Alright, carefully get it out. Some of the topsoil's dry. And I'm always amazed by the quality of the root system. If you don't overwater, don't go crazy, these plants will basically grow themselves. Alright, this one's in. Get dirt under it. I'm going to get an additional leaf off here so we get maximum root growth. Some of our topsoil is dry right now. It's been really warm. We decided to put up this greenhouse because we're still in the danger of freezing. It can freeze up to the middle of April, and although we get warm days now, we want to make sure that these plants survive. Alright, we got this in, as I'm sweating terribly. And now to finish up, we got these solo cups that we cut in half, and we place these around the plants. We place these around the plants because one of the biggest problems of growing tomatoes, or a huge problem of growing tomatoes, is hornworms, caterpillars. They have a particular taste for tomatoes, You stick it in about an inch in the soil, and these little plastic cups will prevent any worm from climbing up the plant. That's one. There's number two. Get those leaves in there. Later on during the season, we'll start using dipple dust, organic sprays, and if necessary, sometimes the harsh chemicals we use on pumpkins too, because besides being warm here, it's humid. It's warm and humid for a long time in a row, so South Carolina is somewhat of a resort for bugs. Whatever bug there is, we seem to get it here, and they always seem to find a way to our patch. So if somebody puts signs out there, maybe you, Norm, who knows. Alright, the plants are in. We get our one of our favorite tools, the hoe. I know you like hoes, Norm. This is ours. I sometimes affectionately call her Tina. Tina's my hoe. Fix the soil a little. Be careful because we got the root balls not super deep. We're nice and weed free right now. That will change during the season. We got the greenhouse up. As we change from greenhouse to open air, the weeds will come too. Alright, tomatoes are in. This side's Tina, the other side is mine. And the only thing that's left is watering. I'm not going to bore you guys with that because I know you know how to water. Just for the curious among you, my outfit here, I usually wear shoes and socks in the patch because, hey, it's always sandy here. Topsoil is always dry, and I don't like the sand to get in my slippers. There's bugs. There's mosquitoes usually during the summer when it's humid and we'll water. And I always use this weird looking outfit to prevent mosquitoes on my ankles and sand in my shoes. Looks crazy, but nobody sees me here except for you guys, and it works. Alright, season started. We'll keep you posted as we go. Norm Ganser, you see, I'm working hard. I'm waiting for a video from you. South Carolina, over and out. Till next time.